I think it's working. Yeah, so this one's at 722. Oh, that just went up to 23. It's working. We can throw this in here. That's going to smelt at a normal pace. I can then go ahead and speed this thing up. This might actually be better than the temporal pouch, which I normally use. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Some more All the Mods 11. If you're wondering why I'm talking a bit more softly, it's because I'm experimenting with some new audio settings because something went horribly wrong in my audio settings, and I discovered something went horribly wrong. Fortunately, it doesn't look like any of my videos have been damaged, but I needed to fix something, so I decided, why not try something new to hopefully deal with some of that pesky background noise that I've been dealing with. And so far, it looks promising, but I just want to be certain. So, with that out of the way, what we're doing today is we're going to be getting into some just dire things. Yes, it's time for the living goo day. The reason for this being is that the machines with just dire things are pretty good, and I like them. And they might actually be able to help me with some of my mystical agriculture farming that we set up in the last video. So, with that out of the way, though, let's get started with what we need for the goos. Now, to start off with, we need the Primogel goo. This is tier 1 goo. I'm gonna say goo in the weirdest way possible this whole time. Oh my gosh. So, for this goo... I don't know why I'm being like this. Anyways, for the first tier, we're just gonna need to get ourselves some rotten flesh, dirt, sugar, and clay. But with that, we can go ahead and make ourselves our Primogel goo. That is beautiful. Now then, we're gonna need a place for the goo, which is gonna suck because I'm already kind of running out of... Yeah, this is a good spot. All right, so now that we got ourselves the goo, though, we need to feed the goo different things. We can feed this one either sugar or rotten flesh. Or we can just skip all that and go straight to the next goo. Because if we go ahead and then break this goo, it does drop. For the next one, we're just going to need to get ourselves some blaze powder, which I believe we should have. So with that, we can then get ourselves our blaze bloom goo. Now, if we have this one can take either nether warts or blaze powder, I believe. Yes, it is blaze powder. It might have something else on it also. No, it does not. Okay, but I'm pretty sure we can also go ahead and upgrade this goo already as well. Because... yeah, I've already been to the end, and I made sure to grab some Dragon's Breath, so with some Ender Pearls and also some End Stone, I don't know why I have the shovel, we can go ahead and make ourselves some Void Shimmer goo. That is very good. Now, for my purposes and a lot of the machines, this is already high enough, but I can go further. I can go further. If we get ourselves some Skulk and some Skulk Shriekers, we can go further. I already have some Echo Shards, so let's just go ahead and put this thing down, and let's see if we can go ahead and find those. Also, what does this thing feed off of? It feeds off of Chorus Fruit and Ender Pearls. Okay, well, only thing left for us to do is head to the Deep Dark. Although, do I have anything with Silk Touch? Okay, so apparently I don't have Silk Touch, so we're gonna need to make it. Easiest way for me to make it right now is to just make myself this enchanter. Now, do I have everything for this? I actually do. Okay, that's very easy for me. So then after that, we're just gonna need to get ourselves a book and quill. I'm pretty sure I almost have everything for that. Yeah, I just need a feather. Unless I already have a book and quill, because... oh shoot, I do. All that's left is for me to make Silk Touch. Now, Silk Touch is supposed to be very easy. We just need a slime ball and some lapis and some experience. And now we've got ourselves our Silk Touch. Okay. With that in mind, I'm just gonna need some miscellaneous shovel or something for me to be able to pick the stuff up. Hoes don't naturally pick up Skulk, do they? I did need to do this, right? No, it's just that they break them faster. Okay, so we're not gonna use that then. You know what? Let's make ourselves a diamond hoe. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this thing to be an unobtainium hoe at some point, just so that way we can keep this crap. Oh my gosh. Okay then, so I believe I just need to go ahead and enchant you, and there we go. We got the Silk Touch hoe. All right, so now in the Deep Dark, I believe I can just go ahead and... yep, we got ourselves some Skulk. Nice. Nice. Alrighty then. So now I got the 4 Skulk that I need. I believe then I just need to pick up the Shriekers as well. So let's just go ahead and break you from up top. Oh, I'm really glad there aren't any near... okay, apparently there was one nearby, but this is fine. Actually, it doesn't even matter. The wardens can't kill me. I'm invisible to them. Okay, but now what we can go ahead and do is we can go ahead and then break down our Void Shimmer goo, and then we can go ahead and upgrade ourselves to the final goo right here. There we go. We got ourselves the Shadow Pulse goo. Alrighty, and then this one, This one eats Skulk, and I believe, yeah, the Skulk Catalyst. There might also be Echo Shards. Okay, no, Skulk and Skulk Catalysts. So I just went ahead and grabbed myself a stack. So let's go ahead and activate this. And there we go. Our Shadow Pulse goo is now activated. Now with this, it will be able to start working, but the amount of times that it can do its processes is random. So it could go anywhere from being able to work once to, I don't know how much, but it can go for a while depending on how it's feeling with the meal. So then, now what we just need to go ahead and do is let's grab ourselves some iron, so then we can go ahead and then start placing all of this right here. I didn't want to put that one there. I wanted to put it here. Now, one thing to know is if it's already functioning, like say one of these ones finishes and it decides to turn off, these things will still complete. Like it just did. It just decided to go off, but these other ones are still working. So there we go. Now the iron blocks, though, have been transformed into fairy core ore. We can go ahead and break that down. And now we got ourselves raw fairy core. Is there a crushed fairy core? There is not. Okay. But then what I can go ahead and do is I can go ahead and throw this guy into here. It's going to start smelting all that down. And there we go. Now we've gotten ourselves our fairy core. Now, this is some of the base components for many of our machines that we're going to be able to get into with this mod. The one that I really want, though, is going to be the clicker. You're all going to see why in a little bit.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
I just fed that my god bow. You all don't know. I had infinity. I had flame. That thing was it was the perfect bow. I also just realized I don't have my head up. Okay, I got my head up. Dang it, man. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely tragic. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's been done. Let's go ahead then mix our apparently new overpowered dispenser with an Eye of Ender. And now we can get ourselves our simple clicker. So now that we got ourselves the simple clicker, though, what this machine would do is it would be able to click anything in front of it. It can target blocks, target air, it can target hostile, it can toggle people. Like, yeah, look at that. It can toggle me. I believe it can change it to left click. So now, yeah, now it's hitting me. Look at that. Oh, look at you, simple clicker. You think you can affect me? all you do is tickle me. I can't make that noise. That's what happens if I get tickled for two. What am I even saying? Oh my gosh. Anyways, though, now we got ourselves the simple clicker. We want to upgrade this to the advanced clicker for various reasons. For us to upgrade this to the advanced clicker, though, we're gonna need some more redstone. I should have a bunch of that over in the mining dimension, Eyes of Ender, and Celeste Gem. For us to get Celeste Gem, we're gonna need to get ourselves diamond blocks and do pretty much the same thing we did for the fairy core. Now, these things do scale with what level I'm at. So this one I would only be able to get with the level 3. The fairy core I could get at level 1 and higher. But the reason why I wanted to upgrade this one, even though I only needed level 3 to be able to get Celeste Gem from these guys, I did that again. I swear something is wrong with my mouse. But the reason why I wanted to upgrade, though, is because with the lower levels, the higher you are on it, the faster it will go. So with this one, it's going to be just slightly faster than it would have been with the other one. I really need to know if the dog noises are in the modern versions or if this is just this mod pack. I really need to know, because Angel, I love you, but the new noises you make, I hate them. I really do. I am so sorry to say this, Angel, and I hope they didn't actually do this to you and this is just something because of the mod pack. Please tell me that the new dog noises are just in the mod pack. But here we go. Now these are turned into Celeste Gem. Okay. You know what? This is fine. Because I can only break one block type. And then, I can work with this. Okay, I fixed up all my holes and I managed to get everything else I should need. So now we should just need to go ahead and make ourselves 3. We're gonna make ourselves 1 Eye of Ender. Then we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves 2 more Blaze Powder. And then we're gonna make ourselves 2 more Eyes of Ender. In total, we needed 3 Eyes of Ender, but I decided I wanted to be weird about this. So let's go ahead and get ourselves the advanced clicker. Alrighty. Now, this thing is very, very neat in that it's gonna be like the normal clicker, but rather than it being in one dedicated area, we can go ahead and turn on render area, and then we can just turn this baby up like, okay, well, we don't want it to go that way. Let's like put it around there. That's the offset. So then we could go ahead and increase this thing's size. But that would be a little bit inefficient then if I have it exactly in the middle. So then let's just increase the offset a little bit more, because then we don't want it being like on the block. We can go ahead and do it like a little bit away from it. Like, yeah, that'll work out just fine. Then we can just go ahead and then do the same thing, just making it all wider. And here we go. Now this thing would be able to click throughout this whole area. Let's go ahead and break all these seats down. We don't need it being weird about that. But you'll notice, even though it's in this area, it's not right clicking, because then these seeds would be being harvested. The reason it's not clicking is because this thing needs power to be able to do so. So in that case, also, I think it might need to be sneak right click, or can I just right click? Okay, yeah, I can just right click it just fine. But so we need to give this thing some power. Now, this is where this could be either good or bad. I don't know of any sort of wireless power transferring that I can do at this moment, because flux points haven't been added into this yet. So that's not gonna work. I could do a gate, like the ender gates, like if those are in this, because I'm pretty sure that power, yeah, I have power. So that could be done, but then I would need to get a little bit more into power. But that does appear to be one of my only wireless transfer sources right now. So then we're gonna have to not be wireless then. In that case, I think I'm just gonna give this thing its own solar panel, which I'm able to get much easier now. So just to save myself on a little bit of time, let's go ahead and harvest one from right here. All these guys are still powered well. So then we can just go ahead and put this baby right smack on top of here, and it should start powering it. Yes, it has. Okay, so now once every second, it's gonna do that. We'll go ahead and turn it down so that way now, every time a seed is up and ready, it should be good. Now, we're gonna put this on high redstone here for a second, as I don't actually have a way to collect this stuff, but you can all see the dream with this thing. So, yeah, there we go. Now we got ourselves one of the machines that we could use this for. Now, Just Dire Things has many machines. It is very, very neat about that. Everything in here, it has a niche use, but it's very solid mod. And honestly, I'm glad that we managed to get into this. Honestly, for video purposes, I might try to make an auto collection system now then, so that way we can say that we did something for this. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out what I can do for that.
5 minutes later.
Okay, I actually think I have an idea as to how I can do this, and it's not gonna be too terrible. So what we're gonna need is this item collector, which is also from Just Dire Things conveniently. So we need to go ahead and make ourselves 2 hoppers for that. And then we need an ender pearl. Fortunately, I have enough shards for that. And then that gets us the item collector. Now, here's the question. If I go ahead and then put this storage connector here, and then this item connector here. Okay, so then we're just gonna need to move it over the other way, because I need these guys to line up, because they'll both should only be able to expand out so much. So yeah, they only are able to go out by 5. But with this, both of their areas will line up. So when crops drop, this thing will be able to pick them up, no problem. And since the crops are gonna have these growth accelerators surrounding them, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's go ahead and turn off this thing's render area, turn off this thing's render area. And then we have this thing on top of a storage controller, which I can go ahead and then just attach some storages right next to this. And I believe those should all be connected since this thing is like directly touching them. So then I just need to go ahead and then put in the ones that I want them to be. So that can be for those. This one can be for the Inferium and the Inferium seeds. And then this one can be for Certus Quartz and our essence. So now, if I go ahead and then turn this baby back on. Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, so this one's at 722. Oh, that just went up to 23. It's working. Yes, there we go. Okay, I need to be sure not to get too close because my magnet is, yeah, my magnet's picking these things up. I need to take off my... Every time I try to pursue the magnet stuff, it's quality of life until it gets in the way. Well, now that I got creative flight, actually, it's time to bring it back. Oh, it's time to bring it back. You all know. This is it. Oh, I forgot to turn all these things back on. Oh, I'm so ugly now. That explains why I felt wrong, but here we go. The flamingo has returned. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. But yeah, there we go. Now we got ourselves our farm fully working. Ooh. Why does that not pick it up? Oh no. It can go outside of it. Oh, that's very bad. Okay, well, actually that could have just been because of me holding the things. Oh, but this thing also only acts every so often. So we need that thing to be all the way down. Okay, so the moment it spawns, it'll then just go back in. Okay, so it was because I was giving it a chance. We don't want to give it a chance. Okay, so with that, everything should be solid. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, just our things for farming. This was a solid day. The only thing really left with just our things that I really want to do would be to pursue the time crystals, but I don't have much use for it right now. Outside of making the time wand, which is currently my only way to time accelerate. I mean, I'm not gonna get a really better time. I've still got a good bit of time, so yeah. Actually, you know what? This would be a good opportunity for me to actually be able to see if I can do this in the way I want to. So firstly, we're gonna wanna go over here to wah, and then we're gonna want to go ahead and take this cut paste gadget and then grab this thing. Then we can go ahead and cut it. And now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put this, we're going to want it to be one back. There we go. So we can have that there. We can go ahead and paste this. And then this, yeah, this will then start consuming the amethyst. And what's going to happen is this will then turn itself into the time crystal block. Now, there's a bit of an unfortunate thing with the budding time crystal block that I'm going to show you guys. We're just going to need to go and put the just things in. This is where people would normally have the swapper, which I don't really use. So I don't know how well that would work. But what it's doing is you can see there's some small particles going over it, right? This thing will not be able to start generating yet as it needs to absorb time energy. Now it has absorbed the time energy of the overworld. What we can now go ahead and do is we can go ahead and take this and then cut it. And now we need to head to the nether. So now in the nether, we just need to do the same. We can go ahead and paste this thing back in. It'll start absorbing orange particles as it's absorbing the time energy of the nether. Once that thing is done, it should change color once more. And then we can move on to another dimension. I just need to make sure I talk enough so that we can see this thing in its full glory. And I'm pretty sure it has a little sound effect, like, it has a sound effect, right? It went like a ba-dong. Dude, that would have been so funny if it did that at the same time as I was doing that. It sure is taking a while, though. I mean, normally it doesn't take this long, right? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all get the point, though, because it's like, it just absorbs the energy of here and absorbs the energy of the overworld. The last place we're going to need to go is going to be in the end. So I'll meet you all there once this thing is fully ready. If it gets fully ready.
Eventually.
Okay, it just changed over. So yeah, it did just take a while, but it was all working just fine. So here we go. Now we have ourselves the completed budding time crystal block. Now, something unfortunate about this is eventually, whether or not it makes a fully grown crystal, at some point it will die. And I will then have to recharge it in each of the dimensions all over again. That is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, it's just something that we gotta deal with. So I don't know if it can be here or not. So we're just going to go ahead and then cut this thing. And the neat thing about the cut paste gadget is if it does grow its crystals though, and they're not fully grown, I can then go ahead and then take that with me. So let's just go ahead and then have this baby. We could probably put this over in here with all the other budding blocks because, I mean, you know, why not? We can put that baby right about here and that'll be good. So yeah, there we go. I guess I could look into doing the swapper so that way this thing would be a bit more automatic because I really don't know how well this will work with me going back and forth. Otherwise, I don't know how much I'm going to need time crystals because the time fluid inside of these things is going to be a bit weird. It's a whole process of things. I've never actually touched time one before, so this will be a new experience for me. So while that's going though, we are going to need another just dire things for this, and that's going to be blaze gold. Now blaze gold is exactly what it sounds like. It's just going to be blaze gold. That was on the blaze bloom level of this thing, so that should be good then though. Once we go ahead and get all this, we'll just need to smelt it down the same way. And I'll see you all when I hopefully have some full-time crystals.
1 minute later.
Okay, so, I looked into this a little bit. Turns out I can speed up the budding blocks growth with the crystal growth accelerators. I'm not capable of... Okay, wait. First and foremost, let's go ahead and break the crystal cluster, because there we go. Now we got ourselves some of that. Let's be sure to put that in my backpack so that way it doesn't do exactly what it just did. Oh my gosh. Yeah, time crystals will give me a bunch of weird effects. But also, if I right-click this and then this, let's take all of this, because you can see it still had a little bit of crystal, but it wasn't fully grown yet. Does the crystal growth accelerator accelerate how fast this thing takes in time? Do you all think that that's gonna be what's gonna happen here? If I go ahead and paste this back in, so this thing's active. Oh my gosh, it does. Wait, this thing accelerate. What? Dude, that's so broken. Okay, so if I were to set up swappers, I should make sure that I have that where it's going to be swapping. Unfortunately, from looking into the swappers and how those things would work, if I wanted to do something with that, I would need to have power on a wireless scale, because everything else with that would need it. So that is sick. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then we can go ahead and just take these with me. Oh, but it was growing one. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, okay, so if I go ahead and paste these back in, this will be able to grow my crystals even faster. I could make it grow even faster if I had more accelerators, but if I do that, then this thing will definitely die faster, and this way I get more room to grow crystals. So yeah, like that, it's still gone. Okay, well, the 3 time crystals I have should be enough for now, but dude, that is insane that I managed to find that. That's awesome. I'm glad that people did that, because I wouldn't have thought to use the crystal growth accelerators to accelerate crystal growth. I am that dumb. Anyways, though, now that we've gotten those, what we're gonna need is we're gonna need the time one. There's only 1 time crystal that goes into making this, so it shouldn't be that fast. There we go. Now we can go ahead and make it. And there we go. Now that's going to absorb the forge energy. And then after that, we would just need to also give this thing fluid time. Because while we do have this, we can't actually accelerate it. For us to get time fluid, it is not difficult. We just need to take time crystal and throw it into polymorphic fluid. We get polymorphic fluid through a very, very easy method. I just need to be sure that I can add that to my list, as we just need to mix some nether wart with blaze gold. That gets us 4 of these, and then we can take these other 2 time crystals, hoping that they don't affect me. I'm not sure why I decided I wanted to wear these now. You know, I could have waited. I could have waited, and now I'm giving me slowness. This is another good reason to go for the just dire things armors, is that you can have that happening. But there we go. Now we got the polymorphic fluid, which also looks different than normal. Very interesting. So there we go. Now we can go throw these into the air. Now I got time fluid, which I can just suck up into here. And there we go. Now I'm storing time fluid. I do want to test this thing first, though, because if I can accelerate the acceleration, that would be nice. So this thing's already fast as crap, so I need some other type of ore smeltable. I don't know if I have any. All right, well, good old cobblestone then. That's going to be what we're going to smelt down. So we can go ahead and then throw... I'll take this thing off. We can throw this in here. That's going to smelt at a normal pace. I can then go ahead and speed this thing up. That looks like it only takes a little bit. And yeah, even that didn't take a full bucket. So, okay, that was already pretty fast. And I didn't even have the upgrade in it. So between how little time that seems to take if I want to go all the way up, that looks like it only took 1/4 of a bucket. This might actually be better than the temporal pouch, which I normally use. Man, I've been sleeping on this, haven't I? That's a little unfortunate. So do you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last All the Mods 11 video where we got into mystical agriculture. Bye!